see that. So, okay, let's move to topic number 2. This is going to be a total speed round. I have 5 things that you don't know about. This is a Big Ten this or that. Okay? 5 topics, just 5. Pick this or pick that. You tell me which one. 30 seconds on each. Explain why. Who scores more points this year, Buie or Terrence Shannon? Go.
I think Buie scores more points because Buie has less around him and he needs to do more.
What does that look like?
How many points does it look like?
Yeah, because I believe you have Terrence Shannon as a first-team All-American.
Yeah, I think that Buie averages like close to 23 points a game.
Oh, wow. Did you hear that Boo went as Boo for Halloween?
Yeah, and that's why I bumped it up to 23. It was at 20.
So incredible. I like that. I think 23 is a little high, but I think Boo can hit 20, and I think TSJ will be more like 18. So I think that's the right number. If this was a bet, like if we could set the market on this, do you think Boo Boo is like minus 140 favorite?
Yeah, barely pick 'em favorite.
Okay. Then, yeah, I would bet Boo. Anything under minus 140, I would bet Boo. Okay. Number 2, this or that. You've flip-flopped on this more than any human in the history of this planet. You already know what I'm going to ask you. Who wins this conference? Michigan State or Purdue?
Michigan State.
Give me why.
Who's the starting 3 for Purdue?
Lance Jones.
Michigan State.
As simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the starting center for Michigan State?
Mady Sissoko.
So when it comes down to it, you're telling me that Jaden Akins is going to take more advantage of Lance Jones than Zach Edey's going to take a Mady Sissoko?
Mady's got some muscles.
So does Lance Jones.
No, he doesn't.
They both shoot the same from 3 too. Just kidding. That's really disrespectful.
That's so disrespectful.
Lance had 7 attempts from 3. I'm sorry, Purdue fans. It's a joke. It's an entertainment podcast, okay? We don't need any more hype trains on us. This or that. Who scores more points this year, Kel'el Ware or Malik Reneau?
Malik Reneau.
You're wrong on this one, but explain why.
He plays more games.
Points per game.
Points per game, Kel'el Ware.
Okay. I feel like you're very out on Ware and very in on Reneau right now. Is that an accurate read?
I just, you know what? I'll say this. I do see more so what people were saying about Reneau. I think I was looking at him in a different light. He kind of, at least to me, now don't everyone shoot me down on this one. All I did was watch the first exhibition game. Malik Reneau kind of looked like the same player to me. But also Kel'el Ware looked like a player that had motor issues and is really good against folding chairs. But he turned it up really late, and you saw what he could do. But he didn't do that for the whole game, and a team he could have physically dominated. So I still have the concerns about motor with him. I got to see it on a consistent basis before I can do it. And yes, that's not fair to him because it's only been one exhibition game. But in my eyes, for most part of that exhibition game, I thought he was in cruise control.
I think this comes down to if Woodson has the fortitude to actually bench Kel'el Ware or not. I think there will definitely be moments where he is benchable for a variety of reasons. Based on that first scrimmage, Ware played a lot. So I'm kind of thinking he's just going to play a lot. And if Ware just plays a lot, I think he's a way better offensive player than Reneau from everything I've seen. So to me, that's the only way Reneau would outscore him this year. I'm still scooping up Kel'el Ware stock. He's on my fantasy basketball team this year. And even if it doesn't click right away or it's very ugly at times, and Indiana's really bad in the process, I think Ware is going to be individually productive.
And at least he has a waiver.
2 more. Who scores more points this year? Bruce Thornton or Doug McDaniel?
Doug McDaniel.
Talk me through this one. I
think from what I've seen, there's going to be a lot more of the scoring load that's taken from guys or is taken on Ohio State. Like I think I would sprinkle on plus money that Jameson Battle leads his team in scoring.
I would take that too. Now I don't know though, because I think Bruce is going to be like 14 a game minimum. Like I think that's a worst case scenario. I just think, like, for lack of a better word, I don't think Bruce does anything else. He doesn't really ever pass the ball.
Yeah, but I mean, it's going to be neck and neck. Honestly, I would bet like plus 500 that they end up averaging the same amount of points.
Okay. I would advise you not to bet that, but maybe plus 1,000, something like that.
You think Doug is the move?
No, I think that's very improbable that it would actually be exact. But
On the roundup.
I don't know what to make of this because I would have said Doug before Michigan scrimmage, but now I'm kind of like, well, wait a second. Like, is Terrence Reed going to lead this team in scoring? Like,
is George Washington?
I don't know, dude. Like, the story was George Washington in a game that Michigan scored 115 points. Like, I don't know. I think it's very close. I think both are between 14 and 16 points a game. So I wouldn't be mad either answer, but I'm glad you gave some love to my boy Doug. That's my boy Doug, and I love the man. Final one. I think this is the most fun one for me. This also probably requires a little mental math from you, so this could be problematic given the fact that you're heavily intoxicated right now. Who plays more minutes this season? Lance Jones or the trio of Miles Colvin plus Brian Waddell plus Cam Heide? For the record, in the scrimmage,
Mm-hmm.
Lance Jones played 27 minutes. The other three combined did not match that.
I'm picking Lance Jones.
Ooh.
Because I think there's a world where Miles Colvin redshirts this season.
I don't think that will actually happen, but I do think there's a chance he gets a lot of like DNP coaches' decisions.
Yeah. So in that case, I mean, if he's getting DNPs, it's not a 3-versus-1 thing. And I don't care what anybody says. I get it. It's an exhibition. Call it what you want. The fact that he was out there over guys like Heide and Waddell is telling to me, I think. So
I specifically left Ethan Morton out of this. I specifically left Mason Gillis out of this. I think realistically, if Jones' minutes go down, the minutes go to those two guys instead. At least out of this group of three, at least one of them is not going to be in the rotation, whether that's Colvin, Heide, or Waddell. Based on what we saw night one, I would not be surprised if it's Colvin, which is crazy. But it could be Colvin and Waddell, where this really comes down to just Lance Jones versus Heide. And if that happens, it's definitely Lance Jones. So I will, for the record, I can't sell all my Purdue stock yet. So because of that, I'll take the trio here. I will say that by the end of the year, you add this up, it's close, but you add up the three and they are more than Lance Jones. I pray that happens because I think Purdue needs to do that. Also, I reserve the right, if Lance Jones just shoots like 4 for 4 from 3 next game, I reserve the right to backtrack everything and say,
okay.
Thank you.
Deal.